Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Karis. You're watching You Don't Scare Me. If you're watching this, you'll be watching this, I believe, on July 26th. Currently, if you're at the time you're watching this, I am in Scotland for my 1-week vacation. We're going to be posting some of those videos. We're going to try to get as much interesting videos from that as humanly possible. I believe we're going to be going to a necropolis, a dungeon, a castle, a lot of places that are said to be haunted. Said to be haunted. Not that I believe that, but you know what? I'll find out, I guess. I'll find out. Stay tuned, hit the subscribe button, drop us a like, take a look at the channel. Hopefully I'll have those Scotland reviews up pretty soon. My brother and I are going to be going out on the weekends very soon to start doing our own paranormal investigations. You might find us going to local cemeteries, try to do or find some stuff. I have some cemeteries that I've been researching recently to find out what kind of sort of, what do you say, local legends that say that these places are haunted, or this place is haunted, or this place is haunted by the ghost. One of the great ones is a town near us that has a place called Bakersfield, which unfortunately is under construction now, but Bakersfield used to be a cemetery. And so this place was full of hundreds of dead bodies. Obviously, it's a cemetery. But they took the cemetery and they moved it to the other side of town and then built a parking lot. They, what is that song? They, something, put up a parking lot. They paved paradise and put up a parking lot. But in this case, they paved over a graveyard and put up a parking lot. And it said that it was still haunted to this day because there was a cemetery there. They moved a whole bunch of bodies. But very recently, they started renovating that again. Dug up the whole parking lot, found a lot more bodies, unmarked graves. It does happen. It's a tragedy. But as you know, ghosts like to fester locations that were where their bodies are. They're linked sort of to that area. So we do have a beat on a couple of places near us, a couple of parking lots, a couple of shopping malls, a couple of places that were built over top of the graveyard. So hopefully we'll get some investigations going there. Anyways, I've rambled on. 2 minutes, 25 seconds. Let's get into this 16-minute video.
In this episode, you're going to see the scariest videos that are trending
God, I
right
hope so.
now.
And I genuinely hope that I'm scared. So this happened to my husband's car at 1 a.m. Just a guy just steals the radio.
Since it was posted,
I suppose that would be freaky footage in a way.
3.4 million views, with commenters scrambling to make sense of the strange footage.
Yes, that's right. I have both ears on this time. No millennial trauma here. Oh.
The door just swings open. Some commenters even claim you can see the interior lock.
You can't. Not in that kind of compression. You can't see jack sheet. You can't see anything there. Come on.
The eerie CCTV footage was uploaded by a Houston-based stationary entrepreneur who typically posts business-related content. Short of it being a prank,
just trying to drum up some interest in her channel or in her business. So the door physically opens on its own. There could be a number of things that might contribute to that, like air pressure inside the car, or somebody physically opening it. It could be somebody inside the car pushing the door open, hiding in the boot well of the passenger side, just pushing the door open.
Then head on over and subscribe
I
to our
don't
new
think it's paranormal.
Shorts channel. This is short form content. We'll be posting
there every single day.
So head on over, hit subscribe, turn on channel notifications, and we'll see you in the comments.
That was a very handsome cat. Looked like they were mewing. I don't even know how to do that.
On TikTok named Katiana Ortiz posted a video showing her and her friends wandering around late at night near the Colorado Street Bridge in Pasadena, California.
I recognize this bridge.
Built in 1912, the Colorado Street Bridge is infamous for numerous deaths over the years.
There's some ghost sightings there because a lot of people have themselves over here.
She was drunk with her friends at 3 in the morning when the video was recorded. Likely didn't expect to encounter anything strange that they installed that night.
Prevent people from doing that.
Carefully, you'll notice something quite eerie taking place.
What do you got? Oh, please don't be what I think it is.
Although faint, there's a whisper in the background that sounds like someone saying, "Please come back." Since Katiana doesn't react to it, it's likely
with subtitles,
she didn't hear
yeah,
it at the
she
time and
moans, so
only
she
noticed it
probably...
later when reviewing the footage. One commenter shared a chilling story.
We don't have that
One
information,
time
it's just
I went there
unfortunate,
with my
but...
sister, and a couple of nights later, she woke up in the middle of the night and asked if I heard a woman asking, "Where's my baby?" After doing some research, they discovered that a woman had died in an accident near the bridge while her child managed to survive. So what do you think? Could the whispered words, "Please come back," be related to one of the
very
tragic
sad, very
incidents
unfortunate.
that happened
However,
in the
if true,
area?
like, yeah,
Or are
that
people
sucks,
reading
but at
too
least the
much
kid
into
survived.
clip? Let me know where you land on this in the comments down below.
I think so. I think it's just wind. I don't know why she moaned like that. If she didn't hear it, if she was drunk, like he said, I think he said she was drunk. If she was drunk, then...
It all began when Soph posted a spooky update while babysitting at a friend's place one evening.
What is that?
While settling in, she noticed some rather eerie decorations around the house.
It's so creepy! It's freaking
Those are
me
those...
out.
These were super
Is this
popular when I was a kid.
real?
The vice principal
God.
of my school had 2 of them. So it's
Soon,
it's
she
not real.
discovers another one
What it
in a
is
different
it's a
room.
hiding, like a
Oh my
peekaboo,
gosh,
basically, or like what do you call, like a hide and seek dolls.
It's a boy this
Very
time.
popular when I was a kid. I
Why?
genuinely don't know why people like this.
Why would anyone have this in their house? Honestly, it's the creepiest thing ever.
The caption
Like
to the clip reads, "Has
the
anyone heard
embodiment of
Timeout
youth is
dolls
what it is. I think
before?
it's...
WTF, so creepy." Timeout dolls, also known
Are
as
they timeout
corner
dolls?
dolls
I
or pouting
wasn't...
dolls,
I
are
don't think
designed
they're
to
timeout
resemble
dolls.
children in timeout, standing in a corner or against a wall. These
That's
dolls
not
are
at
often
all.
used
What?
in home decor and are made to look as if they're pouting
That's not
or
true.
sulking. The tradition of these dolls began decades ago, becoming a nostalgic and
That's the
somewhat
case?
unsettling decoration in
I
many
could have
homes.
sworn that these
Many
dolls were
people in the
made
comment section
and they were
agreed,
supposed to be
dredging up chilling
for
memories of their
their
grandparents having them
covering their
littered
eyes and
eerily
counting.
around their homes. As if the dolls weren't creepy
No,
enough. in a
these dolls
follow-up
were
vlog,
supposed to be
so
children at play
inadvertently
where they're
captured something
counting to 10.
eerie on
It's playing
camera.
hide and seek. I don't think that's not what these are. I don't think that they're pouting dolls. The suggestion...
Something seems to move in the mirror. While Soph doesn't notice this movement initially, she soon begins to suspect
Yikes.
something creepy is happening around the home. She starts questioning if one of the dolls is now in a different position. Later, the lights in the home begin to flicker.
And then the light starts going.
It kind of looks like it is, but...
Okay, wait for it, because it was literally just happening a second ago.
That's when something else
There
happens.
you go. So...
Max?
Oh, come on. That was neat. That was...
Out of bed.
It can be hard
Oh
to
my
spot
God.
at first, but a small figure appears to dash past the couch. It all becomes a bit too much for Soph
That's
to handle.
awesome,
She decides
man.
to leave the house.
Well done. Well done.
I think I'm just gonna get him and go, because it's really freaking me out.
That's
It's
fantastic.
no surprise that these videos went viral, capturing the imagination and fears of millions of people. However, the truth behind them is just as fascinating. It later became apparent
That's awesome,
that these
dude.
clips
You
are part
did
of
a great
staged
job.
short film titled Time Out, created by British filmmaker
Yeah,
Ethan
for
Evans.
sure.
Interestingly,
100%.
the participants in this project recall their
But
own
don't doubt it, but, like,
grandparents
that's
using
incredible.
Time Out
That was
dolls,
amazing. I
adding
like
a
that.
nostalgic yet creepy layer to the narrative. Thankfully, then, this eerie scenario is purely
I
fictional.
really don't think that they're timeout dolls. I think they're supposed to be dolls that are
genuinely a thing.
they're playing hide and go
So
seek.
let me know, have you ever heard of a
The
timeout
different
doll, or
things, like
does
the kid
anyone
having
in
the
your
slingshot in his
family
pocket.
own one?
It's meant to
so
show
creepy.
a child at play because they're playing with their
Yeah.
instruments, right? They're toys.
Is this real?
They are creepy. They are 100% creepy. I did not
God.
like them when I was a kid. Was not a fan of this. Dude, making it with
Several
real
years
hair
ago,
though.
a woman
Oof,
who goes by
that
the
would be
username Liz is
double
Sleeping
whammy right
shared
there.
her eerie experience over on Reddit, claiming to have captured a ghostly figure standing
I
at
feel
her
like I've heard
front
that name
door
before.
using Google Maps. She believes this sighting
So Google, that's a
substantiates her
tricky one
long-held
because Google
suspicions of
they
living
blur
with
their
a
face.
paranormal presence. The woman described various unsettling encounters.
What is that,
with
Cassandra
alleged
from
ghosts, including
Cassandra
eerie
from
audio
friggin'
recordings and
Doctor
videos
Who?
of objects
My
moving
future
all on
is
their own. Despite her belief in paranormal activity, she acknowledges the difficulty in capturing definitive proof, given her lack of professional equipment and the sporadic nature of the occurrences.
Google Street View is not a
image
credible
sparked
source of
mixed
information,
reactions
unfortunately.
online.
When you think
Some
about
users found the
Google's,
figure creepy and reminiscent of ghostly
when you think about
characters
Google's,
from pop culture. Others, however, were more skeptical. Some suggested it might be a trick of the light, chalk marks,
it
or
is a
piece of
little
furniture
weird.
creating an optical illusion. Despite the various explanations, the debate over the
it
mysterious
is like that. But
continues.
what's
While
probably
some
going
see
on
it
is
as
that
undeniable
the
proof of the
Google is trying to blur
supernatural,
out what it
others
thinks is a
remain
face, and then
unconvinced.
in that sense is like sort of pasting something on the screen. A lot of people thought there was a UFO, but it turned out to just be bird
Is it true that
poop
when you were on the
on
Conjuring,
the lens.
that you
If I find that
thought,
picture, I'll put it here.
like physical stuff happened to you?
Okay.
Actress Joey King recently opened up on the Drew Barrymore show about a chilling experience she had while filming the 2013 horror movie The Conjuring. King, who was just 12 years old at the time, developed a mysterious blood disorder that required daily hospital visits.
I developed this bizarre, rare, out-of-nowhere blood disorder, and basically my body, like all the red platelets from my body were like, drained. They were just like gone.
Remarkably, once filming wrapped up and she returned home, her condition mysteriously vanished.
So I had to, every day before work and after work, go to the hospital, get my blood taken, and then all of a sudden I got home, and I've never had a problem with my blood since.
This strange episode has led many to speculate about the possibility of a curse associated with the film's production.
Like, do you think that's crazy? Yeah.
King's experience isn't an isolated incident in the world of horror
No,
movies.
I don't think
The
that's
notion of
crazy.
cursed film sets has long been a
So
topic of
yes,
fascination and fear.
rare blood diseases
Many
can
point to the
happen. They can be
demonic
very
nature of these
quick.
films
They
as
might
a
not be
possible
chronic.
cause
They
of
might just be
bizarre
like
and
acute
often
or like
tragic
very quick.
events that occurred during and after
But the
production.
principle
The
we're looking at
1973
here
horror
is
classic
you're talking
The
about a horror
Exorcist
movie
is infamous for
and
its
then
alleged
drumming
curse.
up
Before filming
sort of,
even began,
what do you call it? Drumming up
set.
attention for the
Catastrophic fire
next film.
destroyed much of the set, and one of
What do
the
you call
actors
that,
died shortly
advertising?
after filming. Several cast members sustained life-altering injuries.
It's
adding to
shortly after The
eerie
Exorcist,
atmosphere
probably because
surrounding the film's
I'm gonna fact check
production.
that one, but I'm pretty
The
sure that guy
Nun,
was
directed by
had
Corinne
pre-existing
Hardy, is another
conditions,
film shrouded in
and
supernatural lore. Hardy
they were doing a
claimed to
lot
have
of
had his first
not
supernatural
pyrotechnics necessarily. They were
experience
doing a
while
lot of
shooting
weird
a
like
scene in a
animatronic stuff,
Romanian
a lot of
fortress. He
technical stuff,
described seeing what
which
he
led to the
assumed were
fire.
local crew
If the
members
fire
sitting
was
behind him in a dark cell, only to find no one was there when he turned around. This unsettling
I don't necessarily have a lot of that
experience added to the
information.
film's
It is
already
cool,
creepy
I guess, but
reputation. The Poltergeist trilogy from the 1980s is perhaps the most infamous for its alleged curse. The use of real human skeletons in the first film is
So the
often cited
Poltergeist
as
is
the
a thing
reason
where in the-
behind a
yeah.
series of tragic events. 4 cast
yeah,
members died
when
before
they
the final
find
film's
bodies
release,
coming up in
including
the
Heather
water when
O'Rourke,
they're in the
young girl
water.
who played Carol Ann.
Um,
Dominique Dunn, another cast member, was tragically murdered by an
I
ex-boyfriend.
didn't know that.
The deaths of Julian Beck and Will Sampson, who appeared in the sequels, further fueled rumors of a curse. Additionally, actor Lou Perryman was murdered in his home, and Richard Lawson narrowly
To be
survived
fair, I
a
don't know much
plane
about the movie. All I
crash.
know is that they were human skeletons
The recurring
because
theme in these stories is
cadavers
the
were cheaper to
concept of
rent
demonic
than
possession or evil presences.
you know, plastic
The idea
or
that
fake
these
ones.
films could be cursed is fueled by the strange and often tragic events that occur, leading many to believe in a supernatural influence. While skeptics may argue that these incidents are mere coincidences, the sheer number of them across different film sets is enough to give anyone pause. So are these films
It is curious,
truly cursed? I'll
but I
leave that
think
up to
there's
you
a
to
certain level of
decide.
stress and a certain level of trauma that happens to a person when they're filming of horror movies, because there's a
Here's
lot
a
more
quick and
action
strange
going
one
on,
uploaded to TikTok
which
by
can
user
make people
Velvet Ant
exhausted,
Films.
distracted.
It's some CCTV footage that shows
There's a lot
something
of things
rather
going on. There's a
odd.
lot of moving parts. Excuse me, in horror
As
movies.
the car
Ooh.
passes, the man in the foreground appears to vanish. Unfortunately, as is
Holy
often
crap.
the case with these
For a second there, I thought the guy got hit by the car.
accompanying info,
Wow.
so we can't dig any deeper. So for now,
Well,
this bizarre sighting will have to
very
remain a
explainable,
mystery.
unfortunately. Sorry, guys. This one's really explainable. It's just
Coming
compression.
up
A
in our
lighter
last
source came
segment,
by
we take a
and
look at one
masked
of the
the
greatest
gentleman
Bigfoot
that was
encounters
there.
of all
And the
time.
camera
But
just
before we
continued
do,
that
remember to
frame,
hit that
but wasn't able to
subscribe button,
detect
then
his
tickle that
motion
little
because
bell
it was
icon there and turn on all channel
temporarily
notifications.
blinded.
That way
See,
you'll
I
be in the
like,
loop
I
every
kind
time
of,
we drop our
well, I mean,
scary
for a second there,
creepy videos.
I kind of fade out, and then it takes a bit to come back because the focus is no longer on that person moving.
Throughout the
Because the
history
brighter
of
object went over and
cryptozoology,
washed
few
out the camera.
stories are as bizarre
And so it goes
compelling
back
as
to
that
power
of
saving
Albert
mode
Ostman,
because it can't
a
detect
Canadian
that motion
prospector
anymore.
who claimed he was abducted by a Sasquatch and held captive for 6 days. This extraordinary event purportedly occurred near Tober Inlet, British Columbia in 1924.
Was he a kid at the time?
Ostman's tale,
The
which
smelly
he kept
man, the
secret
smelly
for
hairy
over
man or
3
something like that?
decades, has become a legendary account among
Actually, I think that
Bigfoot
was the
enthusiasts
States.
and skeptics alike. Albert Ostman, a seasoned lumberjack and woodsman, ventured into the remote forests of British Columbia for a vacation in 1924. Despite having heard local stories of man-beasts roaming the woods, Ostman was a skeptic.
From the X-Files.
However, his skepticism was challenged when he
There was
experienced
an X-Files
encounter
episode
that would
about
haunt him
that.
for the rest of his life. According to Ostman, while sleeping one evening, a Sasquatch purportedly lifted him up while he was still in his sleeping bag and carried him through the rugged terrain for approximately 3 hours. When Ostman was finally put down, he found himself on a plateau, surrounded by a family of 4 Sasquatches, 2 adults and 2 children. One of the adults was reported to be around 8 feet tall. For 6 days, Ostman claimed he was held captive by the Sasquatch family. Despite the unusual circumstances, Ostman said the creatures didn't do any harm. He observed their behavior and daily routines. The female Sasquatch was noted for washing and stacking leaves, while the family provided him with sweet-tasting grass to eat. Ostman, who had a gun with him, chose not to use it, reasoning that the creatures hadn't shown any aggression towards him. His captivity came to an end when he used a clever trick to incapacitate the large male Sasquatch by feeding him some snuff, which made the creature groggy and allowed Ostman to escape. Ostman remained silent about his extraordinary experience for over 3 decades, fearing ridicule and disbelief. It wasn't until 1957, when Sasquatch stories started gaining
another kind of
media
snuff.
attention, that he decided to share his own account
been here for
with
6
the local
days.
newspaper, The Province. His story quickly captured the public imagination, adding
He didn't come
fuel
forward
to the
because
growing
he
Bigfoot
extincted.
legend. Despite the sensational nature of Ostman's story,
drove
it
a
faced
species
significant
of
skepticism.
of
Critics point out
bipedal
the long
apes
delay
to
before he made his
extinction
experience public,
with
suggesting it
the
might be
rounds in his gun.
fabrication. Skeptic Joe Nickel
The
has
rounds in his
described the
weapon.
account as more likely the result of imagination than of recollection. Primatologist John Napier also expressed doubts, particularly regarding the limited food resources available to sustain such large creatures in the area. Bigfoot researcher Peter Byrne, while intrigued by the story, has stated
Hence
he
the
can't
vegetarian
fully
diet.
accept it without more concrete evidence.
Or should I say
This
vegan diet?
sentiment reflects a broader skepticism within the scientific community, which often requires more substantial proof before accepting such extraordinary claims.
Understandable. Understandable. Thank you, Slapcam, for that one. As always, there were no ghosts in this video. It was all the tricks of the light, tricks of compression, and various other things. A lot of these videos, I like Slapcam. He brings them forward. They are new. They are fresh. I have never seen them before, which I appreciate. However, as always, you didn't scare me. Well, that's going to do it for this one. Please do subscribe, drop a like, comment below, share this with your friends, send us some ghost videos,